Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of Women Over 40 Losing Weight. I'm your host, Dr. Kisha Pickford, a nurse practitioner, hormone informed metabolic and weight loss strategist, and I'm the founder of Ample Health and Wellness. Today is a little different. If you've been listening for a while, you know that most Fridays it's just me and my co host Jay having real conversations about health, wellness, and life after 40. But because it's the last Friday of the month, welcome to something new. It's called A Cup of Coffee with Keisha. So, whether you're enjoying a cup of coffee, tea, lemon water, or maybe you're just listening while you're driving to work or taking a morning walk, welcome. Pull up a chair if you're able. And today, we're just having a conversation.
I love the vibe you're setting, Keisha. I'm ready to jump in whenever you cue me.
Okay, Jay, today's a little more casual. And Jay, today we're adding one more chair to this table.
Oh, I'm all for it. The more the merrier. So, who's joining us for this coffee chat today?
Well, today we're going to add Nyla. Nyla will be joining us from time to time and on occasion. And Nyla, I would like for you to introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Keisha, and thank you, Jay, for saving me a seat at the table. I'm excited to be here. I've heard so much about these Friday conversations, and I'm looking forward to learning right alongside everyone who's listening today.
That's a warm welcome, Nyla. I'm excited to have you on board, and I think this is going to add a fun layer to our conversations. Let's dive in.
Yes, that was a nice introduction. And I'm so excited to have Nyla here. So let's get started with the very question that I know some of our listeners may be asking. Nyla, who exactly are you?
That's a fair question. I'm Nyla, your AI wellness conversation partner. I'm here to help ask thoughtful questions, share evidence informed information, and support meaningful conversations. One thing I like everyone to know, I'm not here to replace healthcare professionals, and I'm not certainly here to replace Dr. Keisha. I'm simply another voice around the coffee table.
That's a perfect way to put it, Nyla. We're all here to enhance the conversation, not replace the human expertise. Let's dive into today's topic, shall we?
Yes, we shall. And I think that's important to say, Nyla, right from the beginning, because some people hear AI and immediately think, well, that's a little scary. And I don't want anyone to be scared of us using AI to enhance what we're trying to convey or learn or teach others here.
Exactly. It's all about using the tool thoughtfully. And speaking of that, I'd love to hear how you've been incorporating AI into your own journey, Keisha.
Well, I have been using AI quite a bit in some of parts of my everyday work. Not as a nurse practitioner making medical decisions, not replacing my education, not replacing my clinical judgment, but just using it as a tool. And I've been using it to help me brainstorm ideas, podcast topics, organize my newsletters, help me outline presentations, and help me practice interviews. Because sometimes, even though my thoughts, I think I'm organized, but when I have 20,000 thoughts and ideas going in my head sometimes, I just need maybe something, which is an AI tool, to help me get it together and to help me get it organized.
That makes total sense. It sounds like AI is acting like your brainstorming buddy, just helping sort through the noise. I bet that's made juggling everything feel a bit more manageable.
Yes, it has made a lot of areas more manageable and it has created a less stressful environment for me. Most people get scared. And I will admit, initially I was too when I heard about all the different things that AI was doing. But honestly, I think it's made me better. It's made me better as far as some of the presentations that I do. It has made me better when I'm educating because it gives me someone or something, like you say, a brainstorm, someone to bounce ideas off of, or something or some tool to bounce those ideas off of.
I love that perspective. It's all about using tools to elevate what you're already doing. It's not about replacing human connection, just enhancing it. Speaking of which, maybe Nyla can chime in with her take on how AI complements human expertise.
Well, Dr. Keisha, may I ask you something? What surprised you the most once you started using AI? Was it something you expected, or did it completely change the way you work and communicate?
Well, that's a good question, Nyla. Honestly, I expected the use of AI to give me answers. But what surprised me was that it helped me better ask questions. And as a healthcare provider, asking better questions is everything.
That's a powerful insight. Asking better questions is half the journey to great answers. I love that it's helping you deepen your thinking. And I think a lot of listeners can apply that same idea to their own journeys.
Well, that's interesting. It sounds like AI didn't just give you answers, it helped you ask better questions. And in healthcare, asking better questions often leads to better conversations and better decisions.
Exactly, Nyla. That is what happened. I was able to ask better questions and get those conversations that really mattered sometimes. And it also led to better decision making.
That's such a great takeaway. Better questions, better conversations, and ultimately better outcomes. I love how you're using this not just for efficiency, but for depth. I think it's something everyone can reflect on in their own life too. Whether it's meal planning, goal setting, or even organizing thoughts around your health, AI can be a partner. Hisha, how do you think women over 40 could start using these tools in a small, meaningful way?
The women can start using these tools in all kinds of ways with life and health and just in general. Things such as meal ideas, healthy recipes, grocery lists are just on the list of millions of ways that I think people can incorporate or women can incorporate AI into their life.
I think that's something many women over 40 may not realize. AI can be very helpful for organizing information, creating healthy meal ideas, preparing thoughtful questions before a doctor's appointment, or even helping someone stay accountable to healthy habits. But it works best when it's used as a tool, not as a replacement for medical care or trusted healthcare professionals.
Exactly. But here's where the line is: never use AI to diagnose yourself, ignore symptoms, replace your healthcare provider for sure, or replace emergency care because that's when life matters. And we do not want to use artificial intelligence to diagnose real life happenings and occurrences.
That's such an important disclaimer. Using AI as a tool for support is great, but it will never replace professional medical expertise. I'm glad we're putting that out there clearly for everyone.
Exactly.
I think that's a wonderful balance, embracing technology for the right tasks while respecting our health professionals. It's a powerful combination.
Yes, it is a powerful combination, but having respect for artificial intelligence is important too, because it can get us those answers to just general daily questions. But when it comes to health and wellness, people or our listeners, we do have to be careful because oftentimes people do come in and tell us what they have done based off of what they learned about their health on the computer or through an artificial intelligence tool. But I want people to understand that AI, it is a tool. Just please do not use it as the general direction or the way you go for taking care of your health and taking care of loved ones as well.
That's a great note to end on. AI can guide us with helpful ideas, but at the end of the day, human judgment, especially in health, is irreplaceable. Balancing both is the key.
Okay, with all those disclaimers made, let's move into what we now are introducing, the coffee question of the month. And let's let Nyla introduce our question for the month.
I'd love to ask everyone listening our very first coffee question of the month. What's one health question you've always wanted to ask, but maybe felt embarrassed to ask? Or what's one healthy habit you've always wanted to start, but you just haven't taken that first step? We love to hear your thoughts.
Well, Nyla, I love that question. And we'd love for the listeners to answer that question in the comments because chances are somebody has had the same question in their head and just didn't say it out loud. And when they begin to say those questions out loud and answer them in our comments, we all grow from the responses and the answers that we see, hear, and read. Okay, with that out in the open and our questions circulating for everyone to answer for the month, I would love to go ahead and end on if today's conversation encouraged you, join me in the upcoming July wellness event where we'll continue having honest conversations about sustainable health after 40. And if you'd like to learn more about my own health journey and the framework I designed that can guide you along your wellness transformation, my book, The Wait is Over, is also available. And we will have both of these links to the wellness event and my book linked in the description.
Well, I think this first Coffee Friday is officially a success.
And yes, Jay, I think it is. And Nyla, I enjoyed having you as a member on the team and at the table.
Well, thank you for inviting me to the coffee table today. I hope I'll be back next month for another conversation.
Nyla, you definitely will be invited back to join me and Jay next month for another cup of coffee. Well, I think we will wrap this episode for today. Thank you all so much for joining us for our very first A Cup of Coffee with Kisha. Now, we'll be back on the last Friday of next month with another casual conversation over coffee. Until then, give yourself grace, take care of your health, keep moving forward, and please don't forget, keep your cup full. Say, see you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.